It's a subtle trap, isn't it? That comfortable stillness, the quiet whisper that tells you to stop when the work feels heavy, when boredom sets in, when fatigue calls your name. Most people yield there, not because they lack the capacity, but because they choose the familiar ease over the challenging climb. But here's the raw truth etched into the heart of every significant accomplishment. Success doesn't yield to your feelings. It responds only to your commitment to show up. The true transformation, the forging of an unstoppable self, begins precisely when your mind screams for you to quit and you find the force within to press on. If you're weary of the cycle of starting and stopping, it's time to learn the art of finishing, the profound power held within the simple decision to keep going. Picture yourself standing at a critical juncture where two paths diverge. One is worn and inviting, leading back to the soft ground of comfort, safety, and everything you've ever known. It's lined with well-meaning voices urging caution, whispering, be realistic, play it safe. But growth, real undeniable growth, resides not here. It lies down the other path, the one shrouded in the mist of the unknown, steep with challenges, rich with lessons, sometimes even laced with pain. Yet, it is the sole path to potential, to progress, to the version of you that is yet to emerge. The temptation to retreat is powerful. The road behind you is paved with familiarity, but every soul you've ever looked up to, every figure who etched their name into history, stood right here. They weren't born without fear or doubt. They were simply willing to face the possibility of failure, willing to walk a solitary road, willing to move forward despite the trembling in their knees. Consider Abraham Lincoln, whose ascent was anything but a straight line. His journey was punctuated by relentless defeats, in business, in elections, in the profound losses of life itself. Time and again he was met with rejection and hardship, yet he refused to allow those moments to define him. He kept moving, and that singular choice to persist reshaped the destiny of a nation. Lincoln's story is not an anomaly. Behind every celebrated success lies a trail of quiet struggles, authors whose manuscripts were rejected countless times before finding their voice, entrepreneurs who faced bankruptcy before building empires, athletes who honed their craft in solitude long before the roar of the crowd. What truly distinguishes them isn't luck or inherent genius, it's the unwavering decision to keep going. This same decision is now yours to make. You must declare unequivocally that no matter the difficulty, no matter how loudly the voice of doubt echoes in your mind, you will continue to put one foot in front of the other, for the path ahead, while demanding, is the one that leads to the life you envision. You don't become strong by avoiding the fire, you become strong by walking through it. Discomfort is not an enemy, it's a necessary trainer, breaking down what is weak and building the formidable power within you. This is your moment, the genesis of your transformation, found not in the sheltered corners of comfort, but in the crucible of challenge and struggle. Decide now to shed the constraints of playing small. Affirm your worthiness of greater things, that your dreams are not frivolous, your goals not unattainable, and that you are not irrevocably broken. The world hungers not for more people hiding in the shadows, but for souls who dare to rise. And you, right now, hold the power to step forward, despite your fear, to leave behind the life that no longer serves you, and step into one that asks more of you but offers infinitely greater rewards. Take that step, even if your resolve wavers, even if your voice is unsteady, even if you stand alone in your belief. Take the step, because everything changes in this singular, courageous moment. To fuel this relentless forward motion, you must define your purpose with crystal clarity. It's not enough to have vague aspirations. You need to know deeply and without hesitation why you are moving. Your purpose is the enduring fuel for your journey, the silent whisper that says go when the world screams stop. Without this anchoring why, even minor obstacles can feel insurmountable, but with a purpose that burns brightly, you can navigate through trials that would break others, emerging stronger. Purpose transmutes pain into meaningful progress, giving context to your sacrifices and transforming struggle into profound growth. Without a powerful why, the weight of the journey will crush you. With it, the same journey will forge you into something unbreakable. Consider the unwavering path of Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't confront hatred and march through adversity because it was easy. He did it because he possessed an unshakable clarity of purpose. His dream of equality wasn't a mere wish. It was a sacred mission that guided every word, every step, moving millions and igniting a fire in the hearts of others. Purpose carries an infectious conviction. When someone moves with such profound clarity, the world takes notice, listens, and often follows. That same power resides within you, waiting to be unearthed. Ask yourself, what stirs a deep passion within me? What problem in the world compels my soul to find a solution? What lasting impact do I wish to leave? What legacy do I yearn to build? Allow the answers to be raw and authentic. Do not settle for borrowed dreams or superficial goals. Be brutally honest, be specific, and once you find your truth, externalize it. Write it down, not just in your mind, but on paper, on your wall, in your journal, anywhere it becomes a constant visible reminder. Return to it when weariness sets in. Repeat it when fear whispers doubts. Let it be your compass when you feel lost, your anchor in the storm, your armor against resistance. Purpose isn't a fleeting spark, it's a daily fire that demands tending. Motivation may be loud but temporary. Purpose is quiet but eternal. Define it, repeat it, guard it fiercely. It is your North Star, the fundamental reason your story matters, the very purpose for this life you have been given. It is not discovered in comfort, but in the quiet moments when you question everything, yet choose against all odds to keep going. Greatness resides within you, waiting for the clarity of your purpose to illuminate its path. Only then will your steps gain true meaning, your actions align with destiny. The world doesn't need souls merely existing. It needs individuals ignited by purpose who know precisely why they wake up, why they fight, why they simply refuse to surrender. So embark on the search within your soul, find your authentic truth, and once you hold it, never let it go. Allow your purpose to become the powerful force that propels you forwards, step by step, day by day, until the life you've dared to imagine solidifies into the life you are living. To give form and direction to your profound purpose, you must anchor it with concrete goals and tangible milestones. Without this structure, even the most vibrant vision remains a hazy abstraction, lost amidst the noise of daily life, like a ship adrift without a compass. But when you meticulously define clear, actionable goals, you imbue your dream with substance, a solid framework that transforms mere possibility into a tangible path. Goals are far more than wishes scribbled on paper. They are solemn promises to yourself, declarations that you refuse to leave your future to chance. They are the commitment to move, to build, to rise, rather than passively hoping for change. History teaches us the potent alchemy of vision paired with precision. The monumental achievement of the moon landing wasn't a single miraculous leap. It began with an audacious vision, brought to breathtaking reality through a series of specific, measurable goals. Each calculation, every test, every mission was a defined objective, and piece by piece, these goals constructed the bridge from Earth to the moon. This same power resides within you. Begin today, not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect, but now. Capture your goals on paper. Make them visible in your space, in your journal, anywhere they serve as a constant, undeniable reminder of your commitment. Avoid vague intentions. Be specific about what you desire, when you intend to achieve it, and most importantly, why it holds significance rooted in your purpose. Your goals should challenge you, stretch your capabilities, and remain intimately connected to your deeper why. This clarity provides direction, allowing you to act with intention rather than wandering aimlessly. Break down your larger aspirations into smaller, manageable milestones, clear checkpoints that keep you grounded and focused. Each milestone reached isn't just progress, it's a building block of self-trust, a tangible affirmation that transformation is not a mythical event, but a process unfolding step by step, decision by decision. Celebrate these small victories. Let them serve as powerful reminders that you are not stuck, you are moving, you are becoming. This is the true nature of transformation, not through sudden leaps, but through consistent steps, not through chaos, but through conscious structure. When your goals are clear, your actions align effortlessly. You transition from wandering to building, from reacting to deliberately creating. There will inevitably be days when your ultimate dream feels distant, when the sheer weight of the effort feels crushing. In these moments, your goals become your lifeline. They pull you back from the brink, anchoring you to your purpose, providing something solid to stand on. This journey is not about achieving perfection, but about embodying unwavering commitment. It's about showing up, day after day, taking one step after another, until your external reality begins to mirror your inner vision. Dream expansively, always, but ground that vision in consistent, daily action. Be relentless, refuse to yield, for when goals chart your course, your dream transcends mere hope. It becomes your inevitable destination. Every goal set, every milestone achieved, every single step taken breathes life into that dream. So begin now. Choose one goal, one immediate action, one single step, and embark on the journey that transforms your vision from an aspiration into a lived reality. As you venture further down this path, a predictable force will inevitably rise to meet you, the voices of doubt and criticism from the world around you. In every daring pursuit, in every dream that challenges the status quo, there comes a moment when the whispers of caution or the shouts of disbelief begin to swell. Often this doubt stems not from malice, but from fear, the fear of the unknown, the untested, the unconventional. Yet, it is precisely this uncertain road that has always been the fertile ground for greatness. The truth is, external criticism and doubt possess the power to derail even the strongest ambitions, but only if you grant them that power. Think of Galileo Galilei, the father of modern science, who dared to challenge the prevailing dogmas of his era. He looked through his telescope and saw a universe that simply did not conform to the accepted Earth-centric view. His revelations threatened the very foundations of established knowledge, and for this he was condemned, silenced, and ostracized by those too afraid to confront a new truth. Yet, his vision persisted, and centuries later his name illuminates the annals of history, while his critics have faded into obscurity. Albert Einstein, too, faced fierce resistance. His groundbreaking ideas bent the very fabric of physics, shattering the limits of conventional understanding. His theories were initially met with ridicule before they were revered. But he did not falter. He trusted the clarity of his own thought far more than the clamor of his detractors. Today, the world honors not those who mocked him, but the brilliance that forever transformed our understanding of the universe. From these lives, a simple yet profound lesson emerges. The judgment of others is often a mirror reflecting their own limitations, not a true measure of your potential. When people doubt your path, it is frequently because they lack the vision to see what you see. Their perspective is confined by the walls of their own experiences, while yours reaches beyond. If you surrender your dreams to their doubt, you are trading einen possibility for finite fear. Therefore, cultivate the crucial discipline to discern between constructive criticism that sharpens your approach and destructive noise that seeks to dull your spirit. Welcome the former, let it refine your methods, fortify your resolve, and illuminate blind spots you may have missed. But the latter, dismiss it like dust on the wind, for its aim is not your growth, but your surrender. Commitment in the face of criticism is one of the most potent expressions of courage. It's effortless to stand tall when the crowd applauds, but the true mark of a resolute, visionary spirit is the ability to keep walking when they laugh, to keep building when they mock, to keep believing when they doubt. Let their doubt become the silent backdrop against which your determination shines brightest. Let their disbelief fuel the fire within you. In time, your results will become the irrefutable answer to their questions, your progress the echo of your unwavering resilience. Understand this deeply. No truly great change has ever occurred without encountering resistance. No revolutionary idea has ever been embraced by the world without first being challenged. But the world is transformed not by those who passively accept, but by those who dare to persist despite rejection. You must choose to be that person. Stand firm in your vision. Carry it not as a fragile hope, but as a sacred torch. Shield it from the winds of doubt and nourish it with the unwavering breath of your belief. For one day those who doubted you will barely recall why, but the world will remember you, the one who remained true, the one who refused to yield, the one who transformed resistance into a testament of reverence. This is your inherent power, and it is far greater than any critic's voice could ever be. As you navigate this dynamic journey, the world will inevitably twist and turn, throwing unforeseen obstacles into your path. In these moments, Life doesn't favor the rigid or the unyielding. It rewards the adaptable. Adaptability isn't a desirable trait. It is an absolute necessity, the quality that allows you to flourish when others falter. When markets shift, plans unravel, and relationships evolve, you too must evolve. What brought success yesterday may be obsolete tomorrow. Ask yourself, will you adjust your sails, or will you be left stranded? Consider the pragmatic genius of Dwight D. Eisenhower. As president, he faced a world in rapid flux. The Cold War, nuclear tensions, social unrest, shifting global economics. He didn't cling solely to military might or partisan ideology. He embraced strategic flexibility. Eisenhower championed the interstate highway system not just as infrastructure, but as a vital defense measure, a pragmatic response to a new geopolitical landscape. He expanded Social Security while meticulously managing the federal budget, performing a delicate balance of progress and stability. When confronted with the divisive force of McCarthyism, he navigated with careful consideration, prioritizing democratic values over political rigidity. Eisenhower's brilliance lay not in his stubbornness, but in his profound ability to adapt policy to the evolving needs of a changing America. You must learn to move with that same fluidity, to bend without breaking, to maintain momentum when the world attempts to halt you. Be willing to unlearn outdated methods and enthusiastically embrace new knowledge. If a plan fails, see it not as a dead end, but as a clear signal to adjust your course. While your core principles serve as an essential anchor, your strategies must remain fluid and responsive. There is no wisdom in repeatedly colliding with a wall when the option to navigate around it exists. True strength lies in knowing when to pivot, when to adapt, and when to strike from a new angle. Many mistake sheer stubbornness for genuine resilience, wearing their refusal to change as a misguided badge of honor. But you understand the deeper truth. Adaptability is not weakness. It is profound intelligence. It is the declaration that you are not bound by outdated methods, but steadfastly committed to the desired outcome. So remain focused on your purpose, but stay inherently flexible in your approach. The winds of life will shift. New challenges will emerge. Adjust your sails. Allow your mindset to evolve, because life moves relentlessly forward, and your only real choice is whether you will move with it or be swept aside. Do not shrink from change. Embrace it. Step into the unknown with a quiet confidence, knowing that your ability to adapt is a formidable power, one that will distinguish you. In a world in constant transformation, it is not the strongest who ultimately thrive, but those like you who are willing to change. Master this skill, and you will not merely survive. You will actively shape the future, transforming life's challenges into stepping stones of opportunity. At the very core of enduring success lies unshakable self-belief. Without it, every step forward feels tentative. Every challenge seems insurmountable. Doubt creeps in, paralyzing your potential and transforming aspirations into regrets. But with deep-seated self-belief, you become an immovable force. You move with deliberate intention, speak with compelling conviction, and act without debilitating hesitation. Challenges do not vanish, but they cease to break you. Instead, they become the very forces that build you. Remember Muhammad Ali, who boldly declared, "I am the greatest." To many, it sounded like arrogance, but to those who understood, it was profound clarity, a declaration of power from a man who knew, long before the world did, that greatness is born first in the mind. He didn't arrive in the ring as the greatest. He became the greatest because he utterly believed he was. That conviction became his armor in the fight, and his steadfast anchor outside of it. Through every setback, every grueling match, every storm, his self-belief remained unwavering. You must cultivate this same profound belief within yourself, not a superficial confidence, but a deep, unwavering certainty in who you are and the boundless potential you hold. This transformation begins with the language you use, especially the words you speak about yourself. Your mind is constantly listening, absorbing every declaration you make. If you speak fear, it will take root and grow. If you speak strength, it will rise within you. Therefore, speak power into existence daily, relentlessly. Tell yourself, "I am capable. I am worthy. I am becoming stronger with every passing day." This isn't mere pretense. It's the active declaration of who you are in the process of becoming. Repetition etches truth onto the canvas of your mind, and the more you affirm your inherent worth, the more your mind begins to believe it. But belief must be reinforced by evidence. Look back at your journey thus far. Recall the storms you have already weathered, the moments you felt utterly broken yet found the will to continue, the times you were convinced you couldn't endure, yet here you stand. Every single victory, no matter how small, is irrefutable proof. Proof that you possess the inner fortitude. Proof that you are far stronger than you realize. Gather these moments, hold them close, and let them become the solid bedrock of your confidence. Then, carry that burgeoning belief into your actions. Stand tall, shoulders back, eyes fixed forward. Speak as if every word carries immense weight. Move through the world as if success is not a distant hope, but an inevitable outcome already unfolding. Because when you embody this belief, the world responds in kind. Doors previously closed begin to open, opportunities that seemed out of reach start to appear. This isn't the result of luck, it's the tangible manifestation of self-belief shifting reality around you. You are no longer passively waiting for validation or seeking permission. You are actively claiming what is already intrinsically yours. Every legend you admire began here, not with external applause or innate talent alone, but with a quiet, consistent, and unshakable belief in themselves. This is not the echo of ego or the delusion of fantasy. It is the resonant truth, spoken into existence before it becomes outwardly visible. You will face doubt, you will stumble, but your belief must remain the constant, not because you are flawless, but because you are persistent. So diligently train your mind, nourish it with strength, starve it of the doubts that seek to consume you. Surround yourself with words, people, and environments that actively reinforce the powerful individual you are becoming. Speak your victories into existence, and when fear attempts to rise, confront it with the unyielding fire of your belief. The world cannot truly stop someone who refuses to quit, someone who believes so profoundly in their purpose, their potential, and their own inherent power that nothing can shake their resolve. Choose to be that person. Cultivate that unshakable belief, and watch as the world begins to align itself with the force you have become. Life possesses a profound, almost relentless way of testing the limits of our strength. It does not seek our permission before it sends storms crashing down upon us. It simply does. And in those defining moments, it is not the ease of the path that determines our destiny, but the deep well of inner power we are able to summon from within the darkest hours. This power, my friend, is resilience. It is the invisible force that compels a soul to rise when the world is convinced they will remain defeated. It is the quiet, unwavering determination in the heart that whispers, "Try again," even as failure screams, "Quit." History is rich with examples, but few stand as towering testaments to this truth as Thomas Edison. Imagine thousands upon thousands of attempts, each one seemingly leading nowhere. The world would have scoffed, critics would have ridiculed, even close confidantes might have offered sympathetic advice to abandon the pursuit. Yet Edison remained unmoved. He did not perceive each failed attempt as a defeat, but as a vital lesson learned. "I have not failed," he famously declared. "I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." These were not mere words. They were the battle cries of a man who understood that every perceived setback was, in fact, a disguised step forward. What Edison embodied was not blind persistence, but a profound philosophy of resilience. He did not curse the darkness, he relentlessly sought the light. He did not resent the struggle, he welcomed it as the very crucible in which greatness is forged. This is the timeless lesson life offers us through such individuals, to view obstacles not as impenetrable barriers, but as necessary thresholds to be crossed. Challenges are not divine punishment, they are essential preparation. Each trial, each disappointment, each moment of despair is actively sculpting you, chiseling away the excess to reveal the warrior that resides within. So when you find yourself weary, when your dreams feel distant and the weight of the world presses heavy upon your chest, pause, but do not retreat. Instead, remind yourself that this pain is not the end. It is the arduous beginning of your growth. The muscles of the mind, the strength of the spirit, and the courage of the heart are all built through encountering and overcoming resistance. You sharpen your skills not in moments of ease, but in the refining fires of difficulty. Wisdom is not passively received in times of joy. It is hard-earned through the soul's wrestling with hardship. You must learn to anticipate resistance, and more importantly, to respect its transformative power, for it is resistance that builds resilience. It is through falling that we learn the essential act of rising, and it is through rising again and again, relentlessly, that we become truly unbreakable. Remember, resilience is not about achieving perfection, not about a flawless path or a record untouched by defeat. It is the profound courage to stand up every single time you fall. It is the conscious choice of hope over despair, of tenacious effort over passive apathy, and of unwavering faith over debilitating fear. The resilient individual does not wait for life to become easy. They grow stronger precisely because it is hard. So let the world test you. Let it unleash whatever it may. For each time you rise from the ashes of a setback, you do not return the same. You return wiser, more formidable, immeasurably more prepared. This is the secret. Every setback is in truth a strategic setup for your next triumph. Rise again and again until rising becomes your inherent nature, and nothing, not even the most formidable challenges life throws your way, can keep you down for long. Above all else, you must master your mindset, for it is the fundamental architect of your future. This is not merely a comforting phrase, it is a core truth of human existence. Every thought you cultivate, every belief you hold, every perspective you adopt becomes the filter through which you perceive the world, and ultimately the map that guides your journey. If that filter is obscured by negativity, paralyzed by doubt, and limited by fear, then every potential opportunity will appear as a looming threat, and every setback will feel like an irreversible end. But if that filter is polished bright with optimism, fueled by resilience, and anchored by a profound belief in your capacity for growth, then even the most challenging paths begin to reveal slivers of guiding light. Imagine your mind as a garden. In this garden, your thoughts are the seeds you plant, and the mindset you cultivate, whether rooted in positivity or negativity, is the soil in which those seeds take root and grow. You cannot realistically expect to cultivate roses if you sow seeds of bitterness and fear into barren ground, but plant seeds of courage, gratitude, determination, and unwavering hope into rich, fertile soil, and the flowers of your future will blossom with breathtaking beauty and strength. You hold complete, sovereign power over the seeds you choose to plant. That power resides in your fundamental ability to choose your thoughts. You are not a passive victim of your circumstances. You are the deliberate gardener of your own mind. You decide what will grow in the expansive field of your life. This mastery begins with conscious awareness. Catch yourself when the insidious tendrils of negative self-talk begin to creep in. Phrases like "I can't do this," "this always happens to me," or "I'm not good enough" are not immutable facts. They are merely ingrained patterns, habits of the mind, and like all habits, they can be decisively broken. Every time you recognize yourself planting a weed of negativity, uproot it immediately. Replace it with a powerful seed of possibility. Begin declaring, "I can and I will." Affirm, "This challenge is not an obstacle, it is a teacher." State with conviction, "Even if I stumble, I will rise back stronger." Through consistent repetition, these conscious thoughts evolve into deeply held beliefs, and those beliefs become the very architecture that shapes your actions and your reality. Consider the lives of those who have achieved extraordinary feats. What truly differentiates them is not a life devoid of hardship or an abundance of luck. It is the fundamental way they think. They have rigorously trained their minds to interpret struggle as a necessary part of growth, to view failure as invaluable feedback, and to embrace uncertainty as an exhilarating adventure. They have mastered their inner world, and in doing so gained the capacity to rise within the outer one. You must embark on this same vital practice. Nourish your mind with inspiration. Immerse yourself in the stories of those who faced insurmountable odds yet emerged triumphant. Surround yourself with voices and environments that actively reflect the person you aspire to become, not the person you once were. Seek to yourself with the same unwavering encouragement and compassion you would instinctively offer someone you deeply love, because you are undeniably worthy of that same love and belief. Allow your mind to become your most powerful ally, not your greatest saboteur. When the storms of life inevitably arrive, and they will, your cultivated mindset will be the crucial factor determining whether you are swept away or whether you rise, drenched but undefeated. Success in its deepest sense is not solely about external accumulation or achievement. It is first and foremost about internal mastery. This is the silent, often overlooked secret of all those who sustain success over the long term. They don't merely build businesses, nurture families, or construct empires. They build inner fortresses of resilience. They cultivate stillness amidst chaos, achieve clarity amidst confusion, and maintain unwavering belief in the face of pervasive fear. Their lives are not perfect canvases, but their perspective allows them to grow profoundly through the challenges they encounter. Therefore, seize control of your mind today. Stop passively waiting for the world outside you to change, and begin the transformative work by changing the thoughts within you. Instead of merely reacting to life's circumstances, begin actively creating your desired reality. Instead of merely wishing for a different outcome, begin the deliberate process of doing. Instead of surrendering to doubt, choose to believe with unwavering conviction. This profound shift does not manifest overnight, but each conscious day, each deliberate choice, each moment of heightened awareness strengthens your ability to steer the course of your life rather than drifting aimlessly. And in time, you will witness your external world gradually begin to mirror the quiet, formidable power you have diligently cultivated within. By mastering your mindset, you don't eliminate hardship, but you fundamentally transform it. You turn daunting obstacles into vital stepping stones. You convert painful setbacks into strategic setups for even greater success. You stop asking, "Why me?" and begin boldly declaring, "Watch me," because a truly powerful mind can overcome any perceived limitation, and a focused, cultivated spirit can achieve what once seemed utterly impossible. The vibrant garden of your future awaits. What will you choose to plant within it today? Finally, and most critically, ideas without action remain utterly worthless. You may possess the most brilliant vision, the most meticulously crafted plan, or the most profoundly inspiring dream, but if you never move, if you never translate thought into action, then all of it will inevitably fade into the vast expanse of nothingness. The world does not reward those who merely contemplate, imagine, or intend. It bestows its rewards upon those who do. The ones who rise each morning, carrying not just purpose in their hearts, but deliberate action in their hands. The greatest tragedy in life is not experiencing failure. It is the crushing weight of regret that comes from never having truly tried. It is the haunting silence of an unwritten book, the absence of a song that was never sung, the profound emptiness of a business that was never built. Dreams are not extinguished by external critics or stolen by the passage of time. They are quietly buried beneath the accumulated weight of procrastination and paralyzing fear. You must internalize this truth. Success belongs to the doers, those who act despite the fear, despite the gnawing uncertainty, despite the seemingly impossible odds. The crucial first step is rarely perfect. It may be clumsy, hesitant, or incredibly small, but it is the only thing that bridges the chasm between untouched potential and tangible progress. Your vision is only as potent as your willingness to take that initial step right now. You do not need a clear view of the entire staircase to begin the ascent. You do not need every single element to be perfectly in place before you initiate movement. Begin with the resources you possess. Do what is within your capacity. Start precisely where you are, because the very moment you begin, momentum is born, and momentum is a force far more powerful and sustainable than fleeting inspiration. Action fuels further action. Movement begets more movement. One small step naturally leads to the next, and in time, the path forward begins to reveal itself with increasing clarity. Action is the builder of confidence. With every task you successfully complete, no matter its size, you are sending a powerful message to your mind that you are capable. You are training your spirit to push past resistance. You are demonstrating to your fear that it does not hold dominion over you. Each step you take becomes another stone meticulously laid in the foundation of your success, and the more consistently you act, the more competent you become. Not because the challenges magically disappear, but because you, through consistent effort, become stronger. It is not the occasional burst of intense energy that fundamentally transforms your life. It is the quiet, consistent, deliberate effort you bring to bear every single day. True greatness is not found in grand, sweeping gestures. It is meticulously hidden in the relentless, often unseen pursuit of a goal, one focused action at a time. Who you ultimately become is defined by what you do repeatedly, so act decisively. Stop waiting for that elusive perfect moment. It simply does not exist. Conditions will never align flawlessly. The clock will never pause long enough for you to feel entirely ready. But readiness is not a prerequisite for movement. Unwavering commitment is belief is. Boldness. These are the potent forces that propel action forward. Your personal success story begins not when others finally believe in you, but when you believe in yourself enough to take action. And it grows stronger, step by courageous step. If you stumble, rise immediately. If you encounter failure, extract the lesson and learn. If doubt threatens to paralyze you, move anyway, because nothing fundamentally changes until you change it. No dream can truly live until you breathe life into it, through consistent action. Remember this immutable truth. Your future is entirely dependent on what you choose to do today, not tomorrow, not someday in the distant future, but right now. The decisions you make in this moment, the tasks you choose to complete, the steps you decide to take are actively shaping the world you will inhabit tomorrow. So take that crucial first step, make that necessary call, write that initial page, begin that project you've been contemplating. Embark on the journey, and once you start, commit to never stopping. Keep going, keep building, keep acting, because in the end it is not the ideas you merely entertained, but the consistent, deliberate actions you took that will ultimately define your legacy.